Today I want to talk about power. As spiritual people, we probably have lots of conversation about energy, but I rarely hear anybody in the spiritual world talking about power. And if you're not into science or physics or anything like that, literally everyone is walking around right now. Why are you all walking around? Nobody's walked around this house for like 3 hours. Not a single person has moved. And right now they are all walking here. Whatever. Sorry. Anyway, power is the use of energy over time in physics. That's what power is. They're not the same thing. So power is how fast energy can be used in science. So when we talk about energy in spirituality, we talk about source, we talk about God, pretty much everything that there is in the universe, right? That's energy. And basically, it's potential energy in the world of physics. And as I just said, power is the use of energy over time. And what we want to do is we want to transform that kinetic potential energy into kinetic energy. I'll catch my drift in a minute. Hang on. So I was thinking about this because I'm kind of a nerd, and I was trying to figure out some things about myself this weekend, and I started writing out these physics equations on the board to realize something about myself, and that I think that a lot of us do. Energy is something that we harness and can use. And when we harness it and use it, we do it over time. And that's called power. And in our spirituality and in our artisticness, that's our imagination, right? We can harness energy and we can use it as imagination to create, to do things. Creation is the focusing of that power, and we are the focusing mechanism. So the focusing of power is creation, is manifestation. And I was trying to scientificize all of this stuff so that I could better understand it in my mind to understand where it is that I kind of mess up on this trail that we do from energy to power to harnessing it to focusing it to manifesting. And here's one thing that I came up with. So if in physics you have power equals energy over time, and that equation is P equals E over T, right? It's a very simple equation. P for power, E for energy, T for time. But have you ever heard the expression "time is money"? Right? That and we trade our time for dollars, right? Well, dollars, money, is a form of energy. How do we measure energy? This is the weirdest day ever. Like, everyone in my family is dancing upstairs for some reason, and the energy is like flickering. I'm talking about energy and power, and literally the power is like going to go out because of this storm. Anyway, let me continue. I'm going to muscle through this one. This is the weirdest day. Time is money, right? That's what people say. Well, time is not money. Money is a form of energy. We measure energy as a current that flows through, right? Electricity is the flow of electrons through a wire, through some kind of conductor. It's a current, an electric current. That's the flow of energy. Money is the same thing, and you literally use currency. We call it currency because it flows around the world. It's how energy moves around this world. If there's anything that you want to do, you need the energy of money to do it. You want food, you gotta pay for it, right? All of that stuff. And we came here with this abundance of energy, but we don't use it. Instead, what we do is we try to figure out how to trade our time for energy, or how to trade something else for energy. We pretty much are like, well, I'm here in 3D land. Let me figure out how to get the energy here instead of getting the energy from here where it's supposed to come from. And if you don't believe me, here is a practical example to prove it. Why do we drive cars that go on gasoline, that we have to dig the gasoline and the oil out of the ground and stuff like that? Why don't we have cars that are run off the sun? This abundant energy that is just like throwing so much energy at this planet. every second of every day, more energy than we could ever possibly use in a day. It sends us than we've used like ever. It's ridiculous, but nah, we're not gonna do that. What are we gonna do? We're gonna dig it out of the ground, and we're gonna use this crap instead, right? Well, we do a similar thing. Instead of meditating and doing what we need to do to allow the energy to flow to us, we go, you know what? I've got time. I'm going to use my time and go get a job so that I can get money. And now I've got a Peasley amount of energy that I can buy stuff with. But now I'm out of time, so I can't do the things that I wanted to do with the stuff I just bought. And tomorrow I got to wake up and do the whole damn thing again. So if you look at that equation, I should have done the equation on the screen so you could see it. If you look at the equation, P equals E over T, but if you change time for money, then it's P equals E over a dollar sign. And since I just showed you how money is a form of energy, then basically it's P equals E over E, which is just 1, which is no change. And basically you have no power. It's just the E's cancel each other out, and now you just have potential energy not moving anywhere. I should have wrote that on the screen. Anyway, but I hope you get that. So the E's cancel each other out. And I don't know why we do that, but when I was looking at these equations, I was realizing how that our art is if I use my art as the manifestation, right? And I think of energy comes to me and I harness it and I'm the focusing mechanism, and then I can create my art, right? And what I'm doing personally, or have been doing, is I have been trying to control both ends of this equation, right? I have been trying to control how the energy gets to me. It has to come from this check from this client on this day and blah, 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 right? Instead of just allowing the abundance to flow to me. And then I have to figure out how I am then going to, once I have any resources at all, how I am going to control the creation of anything, right? Whether it's my home or literally my art, right? Or the business that I want to have. And in this group, we're really talking about our art. So that's what I'm up to, is figuring out how to surrender that control, because none of those is my job. My job is to allow the energy to flow to me and then use that energy to just create. And if we just did that, everything would be great. So I'm going to come to the comments now and say hello. And finally, everybody's quiet. What a weird day. Sorry about that. Mikey, good to be here with you. Bobby, hi, says Robin. Hi, Robin. David Oliver is here. Hi, David. How you doing? Hi. And Kelly is here. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Maybe they just want to be part of it. No, they don't. And Ray is here. Hey. And Angie is here. Hi, Angie. How are you? Hi. And Bobby D is here. What's up, man? How you doing? Nice to see you here. And Robin says, you confuse me when you talk about replays. Robin, in the beginning of these, I always talk to the replay people first. And I say, if you're here in the replay, then say replay and stuff like that. But then I start talking live. But if you're here and I'm talking to you, then you're here. Live. And Marsha's here. Hi, Marsha. How are you? Hello. Good to see you, Bobby. Boy, everybody says hello. It's so nice. And Robin, but I'm getting the hang of it. Cool. And Laughy Faces and Mikey, power is directed energy. Yeah, power is directed energy. Right. Exactly. Energy is just energy. It's just there. It's just a resource. Without some kind of way to harness it and use it and put thought to it and turn it into a thing, then it's just a generic resource. That's why we're here, to do something with it. Kirsten says energy. Angie says, think I just heard a cat meow. Probably. I got 2 of them. And of course, I'm surprised they didn't start scratching at the door to come in. Mikey, greed is directed power. Greed is directed power. What did you say? Power is directed energy, and greed is directed power. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the concept of greed as a negative thing. You know, I think that greed is negative when you're willing to hurt people to get the things that you want, and in which case, That's not how this is supposed to work. If I was trying to run some kind of scam here and get all you guys to get on my lives every day and send me money so that I'll give you this thing and then I never do, or something like that, right? That would be kind of crappy. That would be greedy, but it wouldn't be bad just because I want stuff. It would be bad because I'm willing to hurt somebody or really, even I suppose, like not live up to my own values, But to say that I want to create this art, I want to create this thing, or I want to help these people, or I want to do this service, and I also want a nice house and a car and money and blah blah blah. I don't think that's bad. In fact, I'm a big fan of that. I want a nice house and a nice car and a nice everything. Robin says, I was never good at math, so am I cooked? Nah, I'm just kind of nerdy, and I thought I'd play around with that, and it's really just 3 letters. So don't worry about the math. Tony says, our job is to locate and remove the blockages which inhibit that flow. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to figure out, where are these blockages for me? For me, it's control. I have this need to control where the energy flows from to me, So it's like, oh, I want this thing and I want to do this stuff, but I need money and I want money. So let's meditate on that. But it's got to come from this guy, and it's got to come in this check, and it's got to come by Thursday, and it's got to, right? I need to control these things, and I'm learning how to surrender that need to control. The concept of surrender is not new to me, but it's new in the sense that I'm okay with it. I wasn't really okay with it. I felt like I needed to control more. Otherwise, I just felt like, as I was saying a couple weeks ago, I just felt like a pen that my soul was using, and when I ran out of ink, it was going to throw me away. So I needed to be in control of things. Hello, Blake here. Hi, Blake. How you doing? Angie says, I think it's a little bit of a quantum physics. Once energy is created, it cannot be destroyed. That's true. But the focus, I think, is about where you get your energy from. All of that's true. I'm saying that energy, my finger hit the ceiling beam. Energy is, out there. It's the source. It's the God. It's the everything, right? And it comes to us, and we don't create it. We allow it, we accept it, and we don't destroy it. We transform it into our physical surrounding, into our bodies, into our food, into our art. And so it wants to become something physical and tangible and used. So it wants to go, and that movement from that kinetic nebulous source to this, that's turning it into kinetic energy and turning it into something. It's that movement that is life. Right, it's the making the painting that's art. It's not the painting on the wall. That's cool and it's nice to look at, but it was making it. You don't make one painting and you're done. We're done. I'll never paint another thing again. No, now you go off and you paint another thing and you make the next thing. Blake says, good subject. Thank you. Robin, when you were talking about collaboration between us artists, how would that work during COVID? I think digitally. We don't live in the same town. I think it could just be, you could do it outside the group. It could be, like, hey, so-and-so, I want to work with you on a thing, and they want to, and it reciprocates, so then you can leave. And you can do it by email. Here goes my boiler. I don't know if you can hear that, because I forgot to turn it off. What a weird day. Yeah, it could work however you want. There are no rules for that. It would just be, if there's somebody that you want to work with and you two mesh, then do it. No value judgment here, says Mikey. Yeah, good. And none here either. I just, I see words on a screen. It was 4 words and I don't know what the intention was, so I'm trying to go with it. Marcia says, there's a full lunar moon tonight. It's time to focus on what's happening in your life and release what's not working and absorb the new energy and power of the moon. Now put your new energy into creativeness. That's cool. I don't know a lot about that. I know that I know don't not believe it. I just don't know a lot about it. Like the cycles of I know the cycles of the moon like scientifically, but I don't know what they mean or how they affect people, or retrograde this for Mercury and stuff like that. Like that stuff to me never was like never caught my attention all that much. Probably because I want to believe that I have more control over things. So I'm not ruled by a planet or a moon in the sky. So I'm trying to surrender that. Not to change the subject, but just curious. No, you're not really changing the subject. The collab things, there really aren't any rules to it. It's just do whatever you want. Kelly says yes. The flow. The only rule would be that you both have to want to do it. Like if you want to do a collab with somebody and they don't want to, well then it's not happening. Yes, says Kelly. The flow is not something we have to create. Just tap into. Yes. The trick for me was feeling how my heart beats without any assistance from me. Well, that's interesting. That's untapped power available to me at all times. Yeah. Right. I get that's interesting. So you like meditated on your heartbeat, because your heart's beating. You can't control that at all. Like even your breathing, you do it, involuntarily when you're not thinking about it. But once you think about it, now you can control it. But your heartbeat, you can't. That's an interesting approach. I like that. Angie says, love that. It's making the painting that's art. Yes. Yeah, I think so. I don't want to have a finished song or a finished this. I like my finished songs, but once they're finished, I get bored. This is actually something really, really interesting. I'm learning a lot about myself in this group. And here's something else, is that I thought I wanted to do these epic projects. And the more I'm doing this meditative Joe Dispenza work that I've been doing, the more I'm coming to the realization that I don't. What I want to do is the same projects, but on a smaller scale. It's like I was a singer in a rock band years ago, and back then it was like I wanted to make albums and tour the world and do all that stuff. And then eventually it was like I don't even care about playing out anymore. It's like I wouldn't even want to play in a bar. I wouldn't mind singing. That's fun, but I don't want to like be a touring artist, where I'm doing shows and things like that. Really, what I want to do is just create the music. And to me, that's where the passion lies. And the same with I thought I needed to create something that was going to be like this epic film or something that was going to transform the world or solve this problem or teach this to these people. And really what I want to do is just draw some pictures of things. And I just want to create things. And I don't care what the form is. It's like I had to have such control over things and they had to be these big epic things. Otherwise, what was the purpose of them? They had to have this big, tremendous purpose and fix that and solve this. And I don't care. I don't care. I just want to make cool stuff, and I just want to let the energy flow through me. And when I thought of it that way, all of a sudden I just went like, wow, that sounds so much better. And I got to work. All of a sudden now I was getting to work, and instead of planning all the time. That's going to be a future Daily Fuel. I missed some. What do we got here? Mikey says, the full moon is in Gemini. I'm a Gemini with Gemini rising, so there's 6 of us here. That's funny. Dave, thanks. That was good. I appreciate that. David says, putting energy into a job such as care work creates power by putting energy into a job such as care work creates power by doing a worthwhile job, but the currency paid is low in terms of the reward for the energy put into the work. Yeah, you don't get paid a lot. This is the problem with having to work for money, but it seems there's no other choice to live within the money system. Yeah, I'm gonna put a pin on that because I don't have an answer to that, except I know that it's wrong. And I know, not that you're wrong, that I know that the system is wrong. And I know that we feel stuck in it and we're not. And the reason I know that we're not is because I see lots of people who aren't stuck in it. I see people who are billionaires and millionaires who aren't stuck in it. And they figured out something that some of us haven't. And yeah, there's something here. I'm this close to it, but I'm trying not to force the issue. So I'm not going to speak much on that, if you don't mind, David. Ray says, and the furry little being has discovered the power and the energy of the universe. And in passing on the knowledge to the hearts, he has shared his power and creates. Oh, thank you, Ray. That's a very nice way to put it. I appreciate that. Robin, you so sound like me. I just want to do the work. Right? I really just want to do the work. How does Mikey know how many are Gemini here? No. He was saying it's a Gemini something, and he's a Gemini with Gemini rising. So Geminis are 2. So it's Gemini and Gemini. So he's a Gemini. That's 2. With a Gemini rising, that's another 2. And it's a Gemini moon, and that's 2. So that's 6. That's what he meant. 3 times 2. I could have just said that. Robin, I don't care about promoting or promotion per se, just the joy of creating to see what happened. Just do the work. Yeah, absolutely. You know what, David, the thing you said, it's really something I want to talk about, and I don't have the words for it yet, so I'm not skipping over it. I just don't have the words for it yet, but I'm going to come back to that on a future date, which leads me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is the future of Daily Fuel. So I on Saturday I did a reboot thing where I said I want to start doing some new things in the group, and I feel like I've come to a place with the work that I'm doing that things have shifted for me emotionally and mentally and energetically. I don't know why I'm doing this. So the doing the Daily Fuel the way I was doing them was helping me work through a lot of things. And the last 2 weeks, I don't know if you noticed, but run up to Thanksgiving or whatever, I was starting to kind of peter out with what I wanted to talk about because I kind of hit the end of the thing I was working on for myself. And now I feel like I'm working on things that are bigger and a little more in depth, but they're taking me more time to figure out what I want to say. And forcing myself to do them every day is doing 2 things to me. It's making me quickly write stuff that I'm not really sure that's where I'm at yet. And it's also taking up a tremendous amount of time that I now want to put into doing the art. I wasn't really doing any art prior to this past week. Now I know what I want to make. I'm making this story, this comic, and this music. And so I'm going to sort of transform Daily Fuel into a once or twice a week thing instead of an everyday thing. Just because I for now, I might come back to being every day. I'm not sure. There are no hard and fast rules. But we did the post the other day where we said I might be having some group members do lives once a week. So I think we'll do it that way moving forward, because the next thing I want to talk about, it's not going to be ready tomorrow, and it's more than just a 10-minute spiel. It's like I think I want to go deeper into things, but I want to change the format a little bit. So there's that. Wow, more things. Okay, right. Kelly says, Joe Dispenza talks about brain-heart coherence. Yes, because the brain is electric and the heart is magnetic. The 2 powers combine to create the human being. Tapping into both, we have the power to control our own energy. That's exactly right, Kelly. Yeah, that's how he describes it. I didn't get really into that today, but yeah, it's really good stuff. If you haven't read anything from Joe Dispenza, he's very scientific, which I like, and his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, is probably the greatest self-help book I've ever read, because it's actually helping, right? A lot of them are helpful, and it's like, oh, that's cool. This one, it's like, it's been a month now that it's like a workbook, and I'm literally doing it every single day. I'm meditating like 2 to 3 hours a day now in the morning. That's my morning. And then I have to get to what I want to do for Daily Fuel. And then it takes me time to do the graphic and figure out the content and all that stuff. And I post that. And then I have a little bit of time in the day to work, but then my kids come home from school and so needs help with homework. And then all of a sudden it's time to go do the live and get everything here set up, and then do the tagging, and then doing the live, and then my day's over. So it's like, I want to be able to take a much larger chunk of my day and put it to the art that I'm doing now. And then a lot of the content that I can add into this group, and a lot of the conversations we can have, can be around the thing that I'm making too. So it's not like I'm just going to be in the group once a week. I'll be here every single day, but I don't think that I can do Daily Fuel the way that I'm doing it every day. For now, it might come back that way, but it'll definitely be at least once or twice a week. I'm not going to stop doing lives altogether, and it's not going to be weeks on end where I'm not doing them. Mikey, I know you said you weren't good at math. Oh, Robin, maybe once a week just to let us have updates on how you're doing. Yeah, I'll be doing things every day. It just won't be these epic lives every day. Robin says, fabulous. Tony, if I could sum up everything into one truth, it would be that we have the power to convert any energy that we hold into love that is our creative superpower. How that power is expressed is relative to the energy we pour into our craft, whatever that may be. I really like that. In fact, that's a way of thinking of it that I never thought about it. We convert the energy into love. It's like if energy were just this raw material, right? I mentioned gasoline earlier in the thing, right? We don't take the crude oil out of the ground and put it in our cars. It would be sludge and it wouldn't work. We have to convert it into gasoline. So we take even solar power. That's a better example. We can't just, if I want to use my microphone, I can't just hold it up to the sun and get energy into it. I need a solar converter that then turns it into electricity. And that's a better example. The same thing maybe is what I'm getting out of your thing there, Tony, is that the energy is just pouring to us, and we convert it to love, and we can then use that to attract all other fit. And really, I think that our brains are able to transform that into all the physical matter that we need. And this goes back to who said it, David's thing about we're stuck in this money system. I think that our brains are capable of transforming that energy into any physical matter that we need. We just don't know how we do it. And we think that it's in this money system because that's how we see it happening for most people. But we're doing it. But we think we're stuck in the system because that's what we see. That's just how it happens. How do we get money? I go to work, I get a job. That's not why it happens. Why does it happen? It happens because I created it. And I know that this is possible because there are plenty of people getting money not creating it that way. They're investing, they're creating something and selling millions of them, or they're running some other kind of business. And I think that there are even ways to do it, or they win in the lottery, right? I think that there are even ways to do it that we haven't invented yet. Running the 4-minute mile was completely impossible until somebody did it, and then everybody could do it. Well, not me, I can't run, but you know what I mean. Tony, that was really good. Thank you. Robin says, I think it's wonderful that you found a new groove for you. I have, and I really want to pour a lot into this art. That's why I'm making the changes in the group. This group is going to be a dynamic thing. It will always be a peer group for us to post and stuff like that. It's just what I'm going to do in it that might be dynamic. Mikey, just let us know, Bobby, we're always here for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I do know that. You guys are really, really amazing. Love this with hearts. Yes, Mikey, I agree with you. And Blake says, about your changes, sounds good. Thank you. Fuel doesn't have to be daily. No, I want it to be meaningful. And I feel like in the beginning of the group, it was meaningful for me to do it daily. I had so much to get out and so much to figure out. And now it's like, oh, I'm here now. I need to do it this way. except I don't have a lot to say every single day. You know what I mean? And I don't want to just get up here to blab and talk about nothing. And that's what I felt I was doing the last week. I felt like I wasn't really bringing anything new to the table. And it's important to me that I do. Robin says, because of you needing time for your art, I think that's a good thing. Thank you. I love what Tony said. I am feeling with this group that our energies are love and cheering for each other. I do believe that. That's absolutely true. We are seeing each other, and that's a very good thing in my humble opinion. It really, really is. RE, the money system, says Blake. Energy exchange. Yeah, it is an energy exchange. And I think we create our own energy exchange, and we limit ourselves to whatever piece of this monetary system that we feel stuck in, you know? I'm not there yet with how to say what I think about that, but I will be. Robin says, I think we have maybe helped you get to this new place. Oh, you totally did. Oh, absolutely. I didn't get here by myself, and now I'm like, I can't help you guys anymore. No, I don't know, Robin, if you heard it, but a couple, like 2 weeks ago or whatever, I was joking around, not really joking, that this is me doing free therapy. And, you know, you guys are like, instead of me going to see a psychologist or a therapist, I'm doing this. And and it helped me figure out a lot. And at first, doing the Daily Fuel every day was my way of forcing myself to figure this stuff out and just kind of get it out there and look at it, you know? And now I have, and I feel like by doing it every day, I'm just sort of regurgitating the same information, and I don't want to do that. I want to put my energy into this new art and then learn something new from that vantage point that I could then bring here. And that's not going to be every single day. Robin gave me hearts and flowers. Thank you. I wasn't here in the beginning. So, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Well, Robin and everybody else, I am done. And if there are no more comments, then I'll leave. And thank you so much for your time today and for being here every day. So I'm not going to set specific days for Daily Fuel. I'll do the same thing I always do. I'll do a post that says it's coming. I'm going to keep the name Daily Fuel, even if it's not every day. I don't care. It's a cool name. So we'll do it that way. So if there's a day that you don't see a post, and if you want me to tag you every day, let me know, or you can just like or heart the post of that particular day. But I will be doing at least 1 or 2 a week, so we'll see what happens. Oh, and here's more comments. David says, the epicness is growing beyond what it was, and it's awesome. Thanks, man. I'm feeling that, which is why I feel like I don't want to control the group. I want the group to grow and expand the way that it needs to, and I will put in everything that I can, but I want to also make it a space where you guys can put in everything that you want to. But I feel like if I just forced myself at this point to do it every single day, I wouldn't be adding all that much, you know. I would just be like, hi, I'm here, look at me again, you know. And I want to come to this place when I have something really valuable to add. Listen, my furry little friend, says Ray, you do what you need to do to find your power. Do your heart and be the you we know you can be. Hugs will surround you from us all, and we will continue to hug each other. And we generate a power that can change ourselves, each other, and the world. Thank you, Ray. That's really, really nice. Blake says, thank you for everything. Thank you. You're welcome. And Robin, just tag me on the days when you're going live so I don't miss it. Yeah, Robin, you're already on the Tag Me Every Day list, so you're okay. And Tony says, Bobby, your art was giving us this platform. Forever grateful. Thank you. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. We're still here, and that will happen. I'm going to set things up with some other people to have other people doing lives all the time, and that there's just so much we can do here, you know. And I'm not in a hurry to get anywhere. I just feel like there's definitely something amazingly special here, and I just want it to continue and be authentic and valuable every day. That's it. You know, however we do that, we will do it. And Robin says, you don't have to ask me if I want to tag. Cool. Yeah, you're on the list, so you're good. All right, guys, I am going to go now, and I will see you next time. I'm going to say that from now on. I'll see you next time. All right, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.